Okay, Math 2, we're going to be doing some major minor arc stuff and finding the angle measurements of from arcs and whatnot. Okay, so for number 1, so we have to use the formula that angle EFG is equal to 1/2 of the arc of FG. Okay, so basically, well, we know the angle is 76, and we have 1/2 of FG. So in order to figure out what this length is right here, in order to find this arc measurement, we have to solve for this. So let's just multiply both sides by 2. So this half and that 2 cancel, so all we're left with is 76 times 2, which is 152 degrees is arc FG. So we know this is 152 degrees. Now, what we want to solve for is this. We want to solve for that arc. Well, we know that a whole circle is equal to 360 degrees. So in order to solve for x, we have to do 360 degrees minus 152. And when we do that, then we're going to get 208 degrees. And that is how much that arc is. Okay, now not doing 2, scratch that off. Okay, number 3, right? So remember, this arc right there, so arc QR, 1/2 of arc QR is equal to the angle measurement, angle SRQ. Well, we know that arc QR is 146, so 1/2 of 146 is equal to angle SRQ. And 1/2 of 146 is 73 degrees. So we know that angle is 73 degrees. Okay, then number 3. Number 4. Okay, so this is where we use our 1/2 major arc minus the minor arc is equal to the angle. More specifically, angle RQP. So our major arc is this one. I'll just highlight that in red. And our minor arc is this green one. Okay. Now, the major, well, we know that the minor is 120 degrees. And if we know that a whole circle is 360, then that automatically means if we do 360 minus the minor arc, we should get the major arc, so 240. So we know the minor arc is 240 degrees, and this is the information we need in order to find that angle measurement. So 1/2 times the major arc, which is 240 minus the minor arc, is equal to the angle measurement. I'll just call that x. So 1/2, and then if we just simplify that, we get 120 is equal to x, and 1/2 of 120 is 60 degrees. So 60 degrees is equal to that angle, x. Okay. Number 5. Well, remember the arc KL, 1/2 of arc KL is equal to angle KLM. So 1/2, the arc is KL, which is 130, is equal to that angle measurement. I'll just call it x. I'm trying to solve for x. So to find the angle measurement, just half the arc. So 1/2 of 130 is 65 degrees. Okay. Number 6. Okay, so this is the right 1/2 the major minus the minor is equal to the angle, right? So angle SRP. All right, so here is the major arc, and this one is your guys's minor arc. So we have to solve. So 1/2 major arc. Well, we don't know the major arc, so that means I'm just going to denote this as x. X minus the minor arc, which is 65, is equal to the angle, which is 44. Okay, I'm just going to multiply both sides by 2 in order to get rid of that fraction. So I know that this is going to cancel. So then we just have x minus 65 is equal to 44 times 2, which is 88 degrees. Add 65 to both sides, and we should get x is equal to 153 degrees. Okay, so there's number 6. All right, number 7. So again, this is 1/2 the major arc minus the minor arc is equal to angle LKJ. Okay, major arc, right? Here is the major arc. And the minor arc is this one. Right? So in order to find, we have our minor arc, but in order to find the major arc, we have to do the whole circle, 360 degrees minus 110, to get 250 degrees. Okay, so 1/2 the major, which was 250, right? And we're solving for that angle, x. 250 minus 110 is equal to the angle. We'll just call it x. 1/2, 250 minus 110 is 140, and half of 140 is 70 degrees, which is equal to x. So that angle measurement is 70 degrees. Number 8, we'll just denote this as x. So again, 1/2 the major minus the minor arcs is equal to the angle measurement, which is angle NLK. All right, so here is the major, and here is the minor. So 1/2 the major, which is 129, minus the minor, which is 61, is equal to angle NLK, which is, I'm just going to denote it as x. Okay, so 1/2. 129 minus 61 is 68, equal to x. Half of 68 is 34 degrees. So that angle is 34 degrees. Moving on. All right, so 1/2 the major minus the minor is equal to the angle, which is angle HGE. All right, 1/2 the major. So the major in this problem is there. Oop, that's the major. And the minor is right there. All right, so 1/2 the major is 140 degrees, minus the minor, which is 48 degrees, And the angle measurement that they gave us is 3x plus 13. Okay, so 1/2. 140 minus 48 is 92. Equal to 3x plus 13. Half of 92 is 46. Equals is 3x plus 13. I'm going to subtract 13 from both sides to get 33 is equal to 3x. Divide both sides by 3, and you guys are going to get 11 is equal to x, so 11 degrees. Okay, so 11 degrees. Okay, number 10. This is another problem where we have 1/2, the major minus the minor is equal to the angle. Angle TUV. Alright, so here's the major. And here is the minor. So in order to solve, so we need to figure out what the major is. Well, to get the major, we'll just do 360 minus the 110, and that's 250. So the major is 250. Now we can solve for x. So 1/2, 250 minus 110 is equal to the angle, 5x plus 10. So 1/2 of 140 is equal to 5x plus 10. Well, we could solve for 1/2 of 140, which is 70. Subtract both sides by 10. 60 is equal to 5x, and we divide both sides by 5, so we're going to get 12. X is equal to 12. Sorry, not degrees, because x is not a degree. Okay, number 11. Alright, so we have, again, 1/2 the major minus the minor is equal to angle PQS. Here's the major arc. Here's the minor arc. So we're going to get 1/2. Okay, 190 degrees is the major. The minor is 13x minus 7, so minus 13x minus 7 is equal to the angle, which is 5x minus 5. So 1/2, 190, distribute that negative sign to the inside. And keep on simplifying, so 197 minus 13x is equal to 5x minus 5. Now, I'm not going to multiply that 1/2 inside because we're going to get some fractions. So let's multiply both sides by 2. So that cancels. So all we're left with is 197 minus 13x is equal to, distribute the 2, 10x minus 10. And now let's solve this out. So we are going to get plus 13x plus 13x, 23x minus 10, and then plus 10 to both sides. 207 is equal to 23x, and when we divide both sides by 23, we are going to get 9 is equal to x. Okay, that's number 11. And lastly, I changed the problems for you guys, so I made it out of 12, 1 through 12, instead of 1 through 16. So we are gonna get, so when it's like this, right? Then we know the half of the arc, so arc DE, is equal to the angle FED. Well, 1/2 the arc, which is 120. And then the angle is 7x minus 10. So let's solve for this out. Half of 120 is 60. Add 10 to both sides. 70 is equal to 7x. Divide both by 7. So 10 is going to equal x for this problem. Some nice homework problems for this stuff, and hopefully this helps you guys, and I will see you guys later.